Super Retro Force.
What is up, YouTube? So we're going to do a video today about FOMO, whatnot, and just buying games in general.
Exactly how does the suck cut work?
Well, as you can see, it sucks as it cuts.
It certainly does suck.
I recently did a video talking about RGT 85 selling out for whatnot, and a lot of people were talking to me through the comments about various things of how dangerous whatnot is to them, how they really aren't that good at deals on there that people keep to brag about for some reason, but also just some other things about it. One of the huge things I've done in the past talking about whatnot was FOMO, abbreviation of fear of missing out, and what exactly that is as the name entitles. A lot of times we will buy stuff, place bids, auctions, anything like that, because we see a good deal we think we'll never see again. And that is the fear of missing out of it. We want to place bids because, hey, I might not never see this again. Or you just get caught up in the moment. I'm going to buy this. I need this. I need this. I need to get it. I see this. I've been wanting Diddy Kong Racing forever now. And now it's finally up there. And yes, it's probably about market price, but I might not see this for a while. So, this is a slippery slope. A slippery slope. And I don't know why I just did that with my hat, because it doesn't feel right. But when I talked about this before, I've talked about collection addiction and everything in the past, and how I felt like I had to buy games all the time. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me that had a similar experience, especially when I talked about the FOMO before. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a touchy subject, because there's people out there that know they have a problem, there's people out there that don't have a problem, and there's people out there that don't think they have a problem, but everybody else knows they have a problem. And when I've had my little bouts with whatnot and eBay and stuff like that, which I don't really do anymore because I get so tempted to buy games and everything, yeah, it was a lot of times I would search for stuff on eBay, basically just retro games, video games, anything like that, and then I would just go through the list because I was bored. But what happened when I did stuff like that was I would see stuff and I would be like, man, I really want this. I should place a bid. I should make an offer. I should do whatever. I think the scary part about whatnot to a lot of people is you have the entertainment value. You have the community-driven people. You got famous YouTubers, celebrities, and stuff running these auctions, and it becomes dangerous then because you're like, I really want to get in on and have fun. I know one experience with this has been just the fun nature of when you get on a whatnot auction, and let's say it's a big YouTube channel. I'm not going to put any names out there, but you have a bunch of your friends in there. You have all this going on, and some people on there had like a reputation to withhold where they had to buy this stuff because they wanted to look cool. They wanted to, people were like, oh man, so-and-so is here, they're gonna get this, they're gonna buy all the games. So they almost felt obligated to have to do that because of their collections and whatnot with that. But I know another experience I've also heard people talk about is they wanted to specifically buy certain stuff because somebody else owned it. So they were willing to pay retail market or whatever because so-and-so owned it. So now the only reason I'm going to use this name is it's nothing against them, but like say like Retro Rick or somebody put up something, so they become, he's a famous YouTuber now, you know. So owning something that he's touched, owned, had in his store, whatever, you know, is the bee's knees to some people. Now, I don't want to take that away from anybody. If that's cool, that's cool. I mean, because I can't say much. I have a Scott Frost and Tom Osborne autographed 8x10, famous Nebraska Huskers, and that's freaking awesome to me. I have a shirt somewhere around here. I think it's in one of my totes from that I'm getting ready to put out. But it was signed by a bunch of famous YouTubers at the Southeast Gaming Exchange. Big shout out to Retro Reminiscence for sending me that, by the way. And it's just kind of like when you get that environment, you get that, you know, yeah, that community-driven stuff going on. Stuff happens on the fly. I've been in some Whatnot auctions, like I said, when I first came out, Pixel Game Squad and a lot of the guys were sharing that stuff around. And to me, this was amazing. Insanely awesome. What do you mean? I can go in there and my favorite YouTubers are also live streaming and they're selling some of their stuff, and I was always hearing from everybody how much good deals they were. That was the other thing, with everybody's telling me, I got some great deals. I got some great deals. Look at these games I got. But whenever I was sitting there in the auctions, I was like, I'm not seeing any deals, guys. Paperboy just sold for blah, 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 $18 or whatever. That's kind of how much price charting has it, you know. That's not really that good a deal. And like I said, I don't want to take this away from any people that do this for a living or hustle and stuff like that. It's not. But for people like me, where we got, you know, like to just buy games because we feel like we have to or anything like that, FOMO becomes so driven on this because I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to see this again, or that I'm not going to be able to get that good a price. And I just like, it's just fun though. But I think that's the biggest part about it, is we're willing to spend more because it's fun. Maybe somebody you know is trying to bid against you and you're willing to drive the prices up because, hey, I want to own this, or so-and-so buddy's trying to get this, I got to beat him out. Meanwhile, the sellers are just sitting there collecting all the dough. And so somebody was telling me they had an experience on Whatnot where they went in not expecting to buy anything. They just were going for fun, and they ended up buying so much crap because they were just couldn't stop. It was just so, like, I think that's the thing what people get with auctions. You almost get so full of dopamines, stuff like that, because buying is addicting. Shopaholics, getting new stuff, that warm feeling that rushes through the inside of you into your brain when you're like, I know I got a little quirk. Whenever I get super excited or anything like this, I always rub my hands like this. If you guys watch my streams or anything like that where I'm playing games, if something exciting is about to happen or I'm unlocking something, a lot of times I'll go like this because I'll be all excited. And you'll see that a lot of times too when it comes to stuff like that, because that's how it makes me feel. It's almost like I have to get it out of my body because I feel so good about doing it. And that was the way when buying stuff, not only on Whatnot and every, eBay and stuff, but Facebook Marketplace and doing all this stuff and buying all this stuff, was it just made me feel good. Made me feel like that, yeah, man, like, look at all this new stuff I'm getting. And then I've talked about in other videos too, where it was also like, heck yeah, man, now all the people, I'm going to show everybody on YouTube, I'm going to make all these friends, they're going to love my stuff. And it's a slippery slope, guys. So back to the subject at hand. I just want to talk a little bit more about how I'm not calling anybody out. This is not bashing anybody's side hustle, anything like that. This is just for the people out there that are on the edge about whether or not they have an issue. FOMO's real. Shopping addiction's real. And it all stems from other kind of mental issues. Somebody's recently commented that videos like this are my bread and butter. I don't know if I take that as a compliment, but the pathway to this enlightenment wasn't the best. I had to deal with a lot of crap. I had to find things out the hard way, and I think a lot of times these videos are kind of me trying to, if I have to nudge somebody or help somebody along the way that are in the kind of the same boat I was in, where I didn't know if I had a problem or not, But when I listened to somebody else talk about it and I could relate more to it, I was able to pinpoint my perspective and my issues. And from then on, once I became aware of it, you know, it was able to put some plan and an action to make it better. I've talked about how I bought so much crap that I didn't need and I sold a bunch of it. And you'll see, like, right behind me, this is still only a portion of what I own. I have a couple totes over here that are just full of random knickknacks and stuff that I don't really even know why I have, but I do. I'm working on just consolidating down to what I need, because like I said, that FOMO of buying stuff was so powerful that I couldn't turn stuff down. One last thing was, I was talking to somebody about how their biggest thing too was when people would sell them stuff or say, hey, I got this, you want it, you couldn't say no. I've bought stuff in the past for market or retail from a local person because I was known as the video game guy. I was known as the guy that collects video games. So I had to uphold that reputation. So when somebody was selling me a Nintendo that they said worked good, it came with a game, they wanted 65, 80 bucks for it, which is about what they're kind of going for at the time, I couldn't turn them down because I was the video game guy. I was going to take it, I was going to keep it, blah, blah, blah. And I ended up having to replace the 72 pin on it. I had to do some cleanings on it and stuff like that. And what went from just a fun little console thing ended up costing me money in the end when I tried to sell it, and I could not sell it for more than what I had put into it. And it's all because I couldn't turn it down. I couldn't say no. And I think that's a big part of what has to be done when this FOMO and stuff. You have to learn to say no. Once again, this is only for people that think they have a problem or know they have a problem. Learning to say no is the hardest part. If you don't need something, even if they're super nice, famous, stuff like that, if you don't need it, don't get it. Or if you don't really even want it, don't get it. Don't be like me, guys, and get so many games that you aren't even going to play just because you thought you were cool to have them. And with that being said, guys, I just want to know in your comments below if you've had any experiences, whatnot, and FOMO. If it's an experience you really don't want to discuss, then you don't have to. If it's something you want to talk more discreetly about and you want to reach out to Instagram, and if you have any issues, just DM me. We can talk about it there if you want. But I just want you guys to know that I appreciate everything you guys do for me, and I appreciate all the support I get on this channel. And as real as I try to be sometimes too, I try to have fun on this channel, but I know the last part of this video is probably going to be the deepest part, and people probably won't even get to this part, but you guys that make it here, made it through the whole video, thank you so much. Even if you don't, it's just, words cannot describe sometimes how great it is to have a great community base around here, a positive environment, and I'm a big advocate for men's mental health. So anytime we can talk about anything with this, even if it is just seeming like a joke to some people, just being able to talk about stuff like this was great with you guys. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay retro, my friends. Hopefully here pretty soon. I got another mic on order. I know this is going to probably be a little different because I'm actually using my webcam to record my audio when usually I have a mic over here, but I don't know what happened to my Yeti, guys. It ain't working right. So we got another one on order, so hopefully that'll fix the problem. But you guys are amazing. Just keep being you, guys. We'll see you in the next video.